Have you ever wanted to print a bunch of photos, but you didn't want to waste a whole page on just one picture? Maybe you want to print 4 wallet-sized photos, or fit 6 holiday snaps onto a single sheet and save both paper and ink while you're at it. Well, in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to do that, step by step, using an app called ImagePrint. And don't worry, I'll go nice and slowly, and we'll do everything together from scratch. Even if you've never used this kind of software before, you'll be printing like a pro by the end. The app we're using today is called ImagePrint. It's designed specifically for printing photos at home, and it's really good at one thing in particular, fitting multiple photos perfectly onto a single sheet of paper without you having to do any maths or manual resizing. You can download it for free from ImagePrint.io. I'll put the link in the description below. Now, before we jump in, let me give you a super quick tour of what the screen looks like, so nothing feels confusing when we get started. Okay, so here's what you're looking at. Up here at the very top, this is the toolbar. It has buttons for things like opening files, saving, printing, and setting up your page. We'll be using these a lot. Over here on the left side, this tall strip of icons is called the toolbox. This is where you pick what kind of thing you want to put on the page, and we'll use it to add our photo grids. The big white space in the middle, that's your canvas, that's your page. Think of it as a blank piece of paper on your screen. And over on the right, these panels show you settings and options for whatever you've selected. Don't worry about memorizing all this. I'll point things out as we go. Alright, before we touch a single photo, the very first thing we need to do is tell the app what size paper we're going to be printing on. This is really important. If the page size inside the app doesn't match the paper actually loaded in your printer, your photos will come out cropped, stretched, or surrounded by weird white borders. So let's get this right first. We're going to click on something called Page Setup. You'll find it in the top toolbar. Look for a small icon that looks like a page with a little gear on it. Great! A dialog box has popped up. This might look like a lot of options, but we only need to focus on a few things. First, the margins. These are the blank borders around the edges of the page. Most home printers can't print right to the very edge of the paper. They need a small gap. A setting of about 0.5 inches or around 12 millimeters is a safe, reliable choice for most home printers. If your printer supports borderless printing, check your printer's manual. You can set the margins to 0. But for most people, stick with 0.5 inches and you'll be fine. Now let's choose our paper size. Click the button that says Browse in the Page Size section. A list of paper sizes will appear. There are over 150 of them. But don't panic. Just type the name of your paper in the search box at the top. For most people in Europe, that's A4. For people in the US, it's usually letter. Just type it in, find it in the list, and double-click it to select it. Perfect. Now, just check the orientation. If you want a standard upright page, make sure Portrait is selected. If you're going for a wider, landscape-style layout, choose Landscape. For most photo grids, Portrait works great. Now click OK to close this dialog. Okay, now for the fun part, we're going to add our photos. The easiest way to print multiple photos on one page is to use a tool called the photo strip. Think of it like a smart grid. You tell it how many rows and columns you want, drop your photos in, and it automatically arranges everything perfectly. Look at the left toolbox. You'll see a little icon that looks like a group of small photos. That's the photo strip button. Click it. You'll see a box has appeared on the canvas. It's showing some placeholder images. That's just showing you what the grid looks like for now. Don't worry about those. They'll be replaced with your actual photos. Drag this box to the top left corner of the page. As you get close to the margin lines, it will snap into place. You might see little red lines appear to help you line it up. That snapping is the app helping you. It automatically fills the whole printable area. Perfect. Now, let's add our actual photos. Click on the photo strip once to select it. You'll see a small toolbar appear just above it with some buttons. Look for the one that says Add Images. Click that. A file browser has opened. This is just like when you browse files anywhere on your computer. Navigate to the folder where your photos are saved. A quick tip: try to choose photos that are similar in brightness and have faces or subjects clearly visible. This makes your final printed page look really nice and consistent. To select multiple photos at once, hold down the Control key on your keyboard. That's in the bottom left corner, and click each photo you want. Then click Open. Excellent! Your photos have appeared inside the grid. Now, let's adjust the layout. Look at the Properties panel on the right side of the screen. This is where we control how many rows and columns we want. Find a setting called Grid. Click the drop-down arrow next to it. You'll see options like 2x2, 2x3, 3x3, and more. The first number is rows, the second is columns. So 2x3 means 6 photos per page. Choose the one that fits your needs. For this tutorial, let's go with 2x3. Look at that, 6 photos, perfectly arranged on one page. Now, let's fine-tune the spacing between photos. In the same Properties panel, find the spacing setting. A value of about 0.1 to 0.2 inches gives a clean, neat look. If you want photos touching edge to edge, type 0. And here's a fun bonus. Under Frame Shape, you can change the shape of your photos. Instead of rectangles, you could have ovals, hearts, or diamonds. Totally optional, but great for birthday cards. If you want to rearrange photos, just drag one over another. They'll swap positions automatically. The photo strip is perfect when you just want photos to fill the page in a neat grid. But what if you need each photo to be an exact size? For example, 4 by 6 inches, like a standard print from a Photoshop. For that, we use something called the flow layout. This tool lets you set the exact size of each photo, and it arranges them across the page automatically. In the left toolbox, look for an icon that has an arrow looping forward. That's the flow layout button. Click it. Now, add photos the same way as before. Click the container, then click Add Images in the toolbar above it. Add a few photos. Once your photos are in, click the Resize All Images button on the context toolbar. This lets you set all photos to exactly the same dimension in one go. A dialog box has opened. Click the Standard Print tab to choose from common photo sizes, like 4 by 6 inches or 5 by 7 inches. Let's select 4 by 6 inches. Click OK, and watch what happens. All your photos instantly resize to exactly 4 by 6 inches and arrange themselves across the page automatically. ImagePrint handles all the maths. You don't have to work anything out yourself. In the Properties panel on the right, set both horizontal and vertical alignment to stretch so the photos fill the whole page. Then turn on full page width. If you want to make sure images don't run onto the next page, enable Page Break. And finally, since everything is stretched, set spacing to 0 so the layout looks clean and seamless without any gaps. Here's something a lot of beginners skip, and then wonder why their printed photos look a bit washed out or dark. When photos sit side by side on one page, differences in brightness and color become really obvious. So it's worth spending just a minute to improve them before printing. The fastest way is to use autocorrect. Click the photo strip or flow layout container, not an individual photo, but the whole container, and look at the toolbar above it. You'll see a button that looks like a magic wand. That's autocorrect. Click it. With just one click, ImagePrint has analyzed every single photo and automatically improved brightness, contrast, and color. For most people, that's all you need. But if you want to adjust a specific photo manually, maybe one is a bit too warm or too dark, double-click that individual photo to open the Image Corrections dialog. You'll see several sliders. Here's what each one does. Brightness makes the whole image lighter or darker. Contrast makes the light and dark areas more distinct, giving photos a punchier look. Saturation makes colors more vivid or more muted. Temperature adds warmth, yellow/orange tones, or coolness, blue tones. Great for fixing the yellow tint from indoor lighting. Try moving a slider slowly and watch the preview update in real time. If you go too far, click Reset. When you're happy, click OK. Before we print, let's make sure every photo is framed nicely. When photos are small and side by side, a badly framed shot or tilted horizon really stands out. Fortunately, ImagePrint has simple tools to fix these things right here. You don't need a separate photo editor. Click on an individual photo. In the toolbar above it, find the button that looks like 2 overlapping corners. That's Crop Image. Click it. The screen has dimmed slightly. That means the crop editor is active. You'll see a rectangle over your photo. Drag the black handles on the edges to choose which part of the photo to keep. You can also drag inside the rectangle to reposition your subject. When you're happy, click Accept or just press Enter on your keyboard. If you change your mind, click Reject to cancel. If any of your photos are slightly tilted, which happens a lot with handheld shots, there's a brilliant fix. Click a photo, then look for the Straighten Image button on the toolbar. It looks like a small triangle ruler. Click it, then click and drag along a line in the photo that should be horizontal, like the horizon, a table edge, or a door frame. When you release the mouse, the photo rotates perfectly straight. It's like magic. All right, this is the moment we've been building up to. Your layout looks great, your photos are adjusted, and you're ready to print. Let's open the print dialog. You can do this in 3 ways. Click the print button, it looks like a little printer, on the top toolbar. Go to File, then Print in the menu bar, or just press Ctrl+P on your keyboard. That's the same shortcut you use in almost every other program. The print dialog is open. Don't be intimidated by this screen. We're going to go through each important setting together. First, at the top, you'll see your printer listed under Destination. Make sure it shows the correct printer. Next to it, check that the status says Ready. If it says Offline or Error, check that your printer is turned on and connected before going any further. Next, look at the paper section. Make sure the paper size here matches the paper physically loaded in your printer. This should also match the page size you specified in the page setup dialog in the beginning of this tutorial. This is the most common mistake people make. If these don't match, your photos will print at the wrong size or get cut off. So double check this every time. For print quality, use 1200 dpi for your best photo results. Crisp, sharp, with beautiful color gradients. If you're just doing a test print to check the layout, drop it to 300 dpi to save ink. Now, paper type. This one matters more than most people realize. If you're printing on glossy photo paper, choose glossy photo paper. Plain white paper? Choose plain paper. Getting this wrong can cause ink to smear or colors to look dull. Always match this to what's actually in your printer. A small tip: always do a test print on plain paper before using your nice photo paper. It's much cheaper, and it'll show you if the colors need more tweaking before you commit to the final print. If you need multiple copies, say, you're printing the same sheet of 6 photos for a few different people, just increase the copies number here. Much easier than clicking print over and over. Before you click print, take a moment to look at the live preview on the right side of the dialog. This shows you exactly what's going to come out of the printer. Use the scroll arrows below the preview to browse through all pages if you have more than one. Here's a tip. If your printed output has missing elements or strange colors, enable Print as Image in the Output section. This converts the whole page to a single bitmap before sending it to the printer, bypassing driver incompatibilities. Everything look good? Then click Print. Here's a super useful bonus step. What if you want to save your photo layout as a PDF file instead of printing it right now? Maybe you want to email it to someone or take it to a print shop. Look at the toolbar for the Export button. It looks like a page with an arrow pointing out of it. Click it, or press Ctrl+E on your keyboard. A Save dialog has appeared. Click the Save as Type drop-down and choose PDF. Then pick where to save the file, give it a name, and click Save. One more dialog appears with quality settings. For a PDF you plan to print later, use 300 dpi. For a PDF you're just going to email or share online, 150 dpi is plenty and will keep the file size small. Then click Publish. Your PDF is created. Brilliant work making it to the end. Let's do a really quick recap of everything we covered today. Step 1. We opened page setup and made sure the page size and margins match the paper in our printer. Never skip this step. Step 2. We used the photo strip to create an automatic photo grid, added photos, chose a grid layout like 2x3, and adjusted the spacing. Step 3. We looked at the flow layout, which lets you control the exact size of every photo, great for standard sizes like 4x6. Step 4. We used autocorrect and the image correction sliders to improve brightness, color, and contrast before printing. Step 5. We use the crop and straighten tools to frame every photo perfectly. Step 6. We open the print dialog, match the paper size and type, set the quality, and print it. And as a bonus, we saw how to export the whole layout as a PDF to share or save for later. And that's it. You just printed multiple photos on one page like a complete pro. Whether you're making family photo sheets, wallet-sized prints, or a beautiful collage, ImagePrint makes it genuinely easy, even if you've never done this before. If this video helped you out, I'd really appreciate it if you gave it a thumbs up. It helps more people find this tutorial. And if you want to see more beginner-friendly guides like this one, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss them. Got a question? Or did something not work for you? Drop it in the comments below. I read every single one. Thanks so much for watching, and happy printing!